Hello and welcome back to Nothing Bougie. Again today, I'm not making nothing bougie, but it's good. It's a family favorite. So if you've ever been to the Olive Garden, they have Toscana Soup. I just make it from scratch. It's really easy, nothing to it. So follow along. I've got a package of Jimmy Dean. It's just the regular sausage. You need an onion. I'm not using this whole thing. It's gigantic. It's like half the size of my face. I'm going to cut that in half, use half of it. And I have several of these little potatoes, little guys, right? They're just kicking around in the fridge and they're probably going to go bad. So I'm going to make Toscana. Use some of those up. And I've got kale. This is the curly variety. I think there's like another kind where it's like more flat leaf. I like these tight curls. See that? So I've got a few bunches of these. I've got, yeah, lots of kale. It shrinks down. It's like spinach. Like once you put it in there, it just gets all small, and then before you know it, you just have like a couple little green things floating. So it looks like a lot, but it's not. Some red pepper flakes because I like spice. And we're going to use a couple of these chicken stocks, chicken broth. If you don't have this, you can use, hang on. You can also use Better Than bouillon. They have beef, chicken, ham, turkey. They got all kinds of flavors. And I might actually use some of this too, just to kind of kick up the chicken flavor. But yeah, you would just follow the directions. You add a little bit to some water, mix it up, taste it, and you can use that for your broth. You don't have to use this stuff, but I'm gonna use it. And you can't really have soup if you don't have rolls, right? So I got my oven on at 350. I got 4 rolls because it's just me and my husband. 2 rolls each. You can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So yeah, you just put some in some foil, wrap it up, try to make it sealed on all ends, and then you just throw it in an oven for like 10 minutes. Really, you're just getting them hot. They're already cooked, right? So anyway, let's get started. First, I'm going to show you how to cut these curly kale. So it's all wrapped up. I haven't washed these yet. I prefer to wash my vegetables after I cut them up. I don't know, call me weird. But so this is what you do. So you've got, you know, the kale-y part. And then you have this thick spine. You don't want to just chop it up and throw this stuff in there because it's all hard. So what you do is you just fold it so that you can have access to the spine, and then you just cut it off. Just kind of cut it off. And then what you have left is the stuff you want. Just cut it into chunks, bite-sized pieces, and throw it in a bowl, because that's like the last thing we're gonna add. And then the little potatoes, we want these thin slice, right? So just kind of cut it as thin as you can. Just like that, just a little thin disc, right? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish with the kale and the potatoes, and I'll get back to you. Hi, so there's something that I forgot to mention. Hang on. Like, why use a glass, right? Anyway, so I've got, oh, that's heavy. This is my bowl. It's full of the kale and my sliced potatoes. Number 1, leave the skins on. I mean, you don't have to if you want to take the extra time to peel them. I'm not bougie and I'm not peeling it. So Number two, when I was cutting up the kale, I told you that I always wash it after I cut it. The reason is I washed the kale, and in doing so, there was a little slug. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting, but there was a slug. At least you know it's real, right? It's real food if it's got the bugs. So anyway, now if I had washed it before, when it was like a complete, you know, head of kale, that little guy might have been able to hide in there and stay in there, and I would have cooked him up and served him to my husband. So that's why I do that. Also, whipping cream or half and half, milk, but I like heavy cream. You need a little bit in the recipe towards the end. You'll see. That's kind of what makes it creamy and white, that classic look. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting up the onions. I forgot another thing. The potatoes. I have them in a bowl with water. So after I washed my kale, I got rid of the slug, and I cut up all my spuds. I'm keeping everything in water because potatoes, after you cut them, they'll turn brown. So if you keep them in water, then they'll stay fresh and beautiful, and they won't turn brown. So just thought I would mention that. Okay guys, it's time to start cooking this Toscana soup up. I added just the tiniest little amount of olive oil. You don't really need a lot because the sausage here is pretty greasy, right? So just gonna appetizing, isn't it? My goodness. Okay, I guess it's not gonna go in. But anyway, you put that in. Okay, and then to the sausage, we're gonna add my finely diced onions too. You might as well just cook at the same time because we're making this easy, right? Whoops. And finally, this is a good time to add in my red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes. If you don't like spicy, then don't add it. So let me get this open. And I don't need a lot. I'm not trying to make this hella hot. Just a little. Like, that might be enough. It's potent. You don't need a lot. And then just break it up. Kind of like ground beef, you know? Just chop it up. You guys, I completely forgot. You know something else you need? You need garlic. Okay, sorry, I'm messing y'all up here, but I like garlic, so I'm just gonna, hang on. Okay, like, you know, that much. However much that is, throw it in. Because everything is better with garlic, and Toscana soup, you need the garlic. You know, because it's Italian. I'm not Italian, but the soup is supposed to be Italian, and you know, I've never heard of any Italian meal that doesn't have garlic in it, right? So anyway, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cooking this up. All right, so I mean, the sausage isn't like 100% cooked through, but that's fine because it's not done cooking. Like, we still have to add the broth and the potatoes and the kale, and it has to simmer. So by the time it's actually done, it will be fine. So it's browned. It's good enough for me. Let's go ahead and add some stock. I should also mention, my kids are grown and moved out, so it's just me and my hubby. So I don't want to make like a whole bunch of soup and then have it sitting in the fridge for the next week. So I'm not going to make a lot. But when I had my 2 kids here, I used 2 of these. And these are, oops, sorry. This is the big dude. It's a 32 ouncer. And I would use 2 of them. But I don't want to have a whole bunch of food. So I'm just going to use 1. But I am going to add some of this chicken bouillon that I told you about, because it's really good. So we're going to let that come up to a boil, and then we'll add our potatoes, kale, cream, and it'll be done. All right, so as you can see, she's come up to a boil. So now we're going to add the veggies. And because it's in water, I'm not just going to dump it in, right? We don't want all that water, but just grab some handfuls, get the extra water off, put it in. And of course, now I'm super paranoid about slugs, so I'll be keeping a lookout for those guys, because we don't want any, you know, grossness. I don't know, I think we're okay. Anyway, just go ahead and finish adding all the veggies, and I'll get back to you. So after you add all your veggies, you might have something like this. And you might be thinking, how is that going to cook when there's not enough broth? Don't worry about it, because everything is going to shrink down. The kale especially. The potatoes, they won't really shrink, but yeah, don't worry. I mean, look, and the broth is right there. So as the kale begins to shrink, you'll easily be able to just push everything into the broth, and it'll cook fine. I mean, heck, it's already starting to shrink, and the broth is right there. So not a big thing. Just kind of shove it in there. All right. And let it come to a boil and cook it up until the spuds are done. Like 10 minutes or less. They're so thin, they won't take any time. Okay, this is the halfway mark, and it's boiling pretty good. I'm just gonna turn it down because it's on high. I'm gonna put it on low or simmer, because it doesn't need to boil like that. Now that it's hot, we can turn down the bubble, have it be like a low simmer. And we'll just wait for the veggies to cook, maybe like another 5 minutes. Okay, so as you can see, it's quit boiling. It's been off for a couple minutes. And so I'm gonna go ahead and add the cream. Don't really need a lot. Really all we're doing is kind of giving it that classic white color. So I don't know, it's like maybe a 1/4 cup. It doesn't take a lot. All right, see that now? It's got the color we're looking for. So that's really all there is to it. And my rolls have been in the oven this entire time, so they should be warm and ready to go. So here's the finished product. I got my rolls buttered, and I've got it all dished up. True test is to see how it tastes. All right, you guys. Moment of truth. It's good. And there's nothing bougie about it. It's super easy. Anyone can do it, and it's good. You know, you can give it to your family for dinner. It took me about a half an hour, but it's easy. So if I can do it, so can you. Have a nice day, y'all.